You I haven't filmed in a very long time, like very, very long time. And I think my cat might be out of the habit of hearing me talk and not being talking to her. Well, the cats in general. So I've got myself. Yeah, she really wants to play. By the way, I don't know if you can hear. She has a little head of a bear, of a teddy bear, and it got ripped off, and we play with it. And it's I like sometimes I stick on my finger and like wave it around. And she goes for it crazy, you know. And right now she wants to play because she's hearing me talk, and I think that's stimulating in her brain. Like because I sometimes talk when we're playing, not usually, but sometimes. But I usually talk to like communicate how I feel to her, and like everything's alright, shit like that. So I have a small joint of it's majoritively CBD and a little bit of THC, but it's the THC we're interested in. And it's the legal requirement in France is for it to be inferior to 0.3% THC, but it still gets me high. And so I smoke this instead of smoking. Like, I don't know what the percentages are on like street weed, but it's definitely for sure more than 0.3%. And the thing is I used to have like crazy paranoia and like shitty feelings and everything because weed, it heightens my feeling like cap, if you understand what I mean, like the positive and the negative. And so I used to smoke like it's like just a joint like this of street weed would like it's so much more THC, and there's the other cat shooping. It's so much more THC than what is in this, but this like gets me high to the point where I'm comfortable with my highness, meaning that it gets me to the point that I want, and also it keeps me at a point that is manageable of my emotions, to where like if I get to a bad place and I'm like, oh, I don't like this, I can like when I start going like you're a piece of shit because of this that you did, or like just in general, like these actions that you do regularly that you don't think that are bad actions, and you're a piece of shit. And when I start going down that road, I can actually like recuperate to be like, everything's fine, you've been here before and shit like that, right? And like you've been here before, meaning that like I've learned my lesson, and instead of going down that hole and being fucking like feeling like shit for 40 minutes and being extra paranoid for 40 minutes, I go down and I'm like, no, no, I have, first of all, I have proof of like this thing that I did like was a really good thing for everybody involved, for myself, because well, for myself and other people. And like it's a like, how do you pin tack, I think it's called in America. It's the thing that you put in the boards, right? It's something that is like for sure is a good thing that I did, right? And I don't know what I'm trying to explain is that in the moments where I feel like shit, I have those few things that are fine between what I know, like I'm sure, I'm positive that it was a positive thing for everybody involved. And so I have less of the paranoia of like you're a piece of shit, everything that you do is negative and all that. And so yeah, that's why I smoke with these. That's what the tangent was on. And like when I smoke these, when I'm high, when I start coming down, it's a whole fucking different game, right? When I'm high, it's I'm like everything's fine. Like I look at the positive in everything, and I try like I focus on like not looking at the negative in people, because that's my fucking specialty in life, is like looking at someone and like trying to find the negative part of that person. And I even do it like subconsciously, and like it's only when I smoke this, obviously, that I realize that I'm doing it, because it makes me just way more self-aware of myself, like way more, and way more compassionate too. Yeah, I was going to check if I had a lot of space, but I think I have like 8 gigabytes, so it's going to last a long time if I choose to. Hmm. So Jean-Sebastien and Daria, I think I've talked about them before. People who have helped me in the past, and I've helped them, but I wasn't like well, most of it I wasn't consciously doing. I was just being myself, and it happened to like help them in the situation that they were in, which was they had a newborn baby, and like I'm pretty sure they haven't told this to me, so I'm like physically I have no idea, and I'm just theorizing. But like their newborn baby, Amaru, his name's whatever. I'm like concerned that it will pose problems. Either they wouldn't want, or it's like gonna pose problems, but most likely not. Their baby Amaru was like very how a baby is when they're young. How the midnight is right now is like I don't know how to explain. You'll know if you're a parent. Um, and so their baby was being like that, and I was introduced, and I had no concept that people would do that. I don't know how to explain, so I'm not even going to try. If you're a parent, you understand immediately what I mean. The way that they are of like they want to. It's an example of the thing. They want to look at you, but they don't. Like they pretend that they're interested in something else, but they're interested in you theoretically. And so yeah, that's one of the examples. And their baby was in that period, and they were like managing comfortably. They looked like they were comfortably managing that as parents, as new parents, their first baby. And I was introduced, and I had no concept that baby was do that. And like I didn't even know about the thing. I didn't know about any of that, and I was just naturally being myself, and I really helped them because like Amaru made many steps of like ignoring, and sometimes like I would once a clear memory that I have is I picked him up and he was like right near my face, and he made the um, the big step of looking at me and like animalistically the thing of like I am interested in you, and that's he didn't try and communicate that, it just happened. And like I think that was a big step in like cerebral development of the possibility of that happening and all that. I have no idea, but yeah. So Jean-Sebastien has contacted has they talk like once every 6 months or something like that, and he has asked to come in contact with me, which made me very happy in the moment. I was like, yay! And so yeah, I sent on my mother's messenger talking to him. I sent him, well, I sent him my phone number and my WhatsApp, and he will hopefully contact me in the next like week or something. I hope. And yeah, that would be great because I haven't seen Amaru in a long time. The last time I saw him was through a car window, and we high fived through the window. And yeah, that would be fucking great if I get to see him again. If I get to see them again. So my the series that I want to make, I'm not sure about the name. The the name that I have in my head right now is cooking with a hint of history, and the majority of the series is going to be history. And like the gimmick of the series is that I'm cooking something that is that was invented in today's borders of the country. So the first episode, well, the one that I'm researching right now is France, and so I'm going to do quiche Lorraine, which is a recipe that I know how to do, and I've acquired as a skill, like I can comfortably do and not mess up. There you go. And so yeah, the first episode is going to be that. And like one thing that has really like slowed well one thing that has really like momentarily for certain moments like really got me down is that research is so like, because I want it to be very high quality, it's so fucking hard, the research, because it's like it's so I go to an article and it states something, but I can't take it to heart. So I have to like cross-examine many articles and like make sure that that everybody says the same thing, so that I'm sure that yes, that actually like happened or was a thing or something like that. And I have to do that for every single thing that I want to put in the video. And right now I'm in the researching phase, so just like collecting all the fucking knowledge that I possibly can. Right now I'm still like I would say like maybe around the 80% done just on the Celts, the Celtics. I don't know how you say in English. It's the population that dominated Western Europe, right, for a long time until the Romans came, and still the culture was there. It's just that the Romans took over. And the next step Is eight, like I have no idea, but I would say definitely past 50%, but maybe like 70-80% done. And after that it's going to be Christendom, like Catholicism, that started I think a Roman emperor like acknowledged that he was Christian or converted or whatever, and so Christendom became the official religion of the Roman Empire. And so the next step is going to be that, because right now, I'm doing all that about the Celts, and then the next step is going to be Clovis the First, which was the king of the Franks, and that's how we got the name France, is from Franks, which were a Germanic tribes or tribe. I have no idea, but he was king of the Franks, and he converted to Catholicism, which is a big deal, because I don't know, but I think that it was a Christian big powerful kingdom that legitimized Christendom as not just any other religion, as a powerful religion. Because I have no idea. I'm just theorizing. So yeah. Also, Histoire du Monde. Like this guy, the research that Histoire du Monde. If you're French, look it up because it's fucking amazing. He's done series that I'm I'm thinking right now that I'll never do, like Vietnam, Thailand. I'm pretty sure Mongolia. I'll definitely do Mongolia, but like Thailand, Vietnam, I'll probably never do. And he made videos, Histoire du Monde in French, and he's really good. And his video on history on France, I had to stop at 3 minutes 38 because it was so much information, and I was like, now that I understand what like how much work it is to just research a video, let alone editing, the script that you have to make, filming, everything, like all the research that he has put in that video, and I'm just at 3 minutes 38. I'm like, bro, like how the fuck, man. And so I think the video is like 38 minutes long, and I'm 3 minutes 38, and I was like, what the fuck? This is so much fucking research, so much work, so much work, so much work. Like, I would say that he probably put more than 6 months into that video, and I'm only at 3 minutes 38. It's just I can see the quality of the video, and he seems that I watched a few other videos, and he seems like a quality oriented guy. I have no idea. I'm just the weird concept that I'm saying right now. So yeah, Histoire du Monde, check it out. Leave a like because it's so much work, and he's put so much effort into it. Because this is what I want, and so I'm like projecting. I guess I don't like the word projecting, but like I'm theorizing what his motives are. Is that he wants to put out something quality to educate people, which is what I want to do. Um, and yeah. So a lot of work, and it deserves a like. Absolutely, leave a like on Histoire du Monde, at least the French video, please. And so right now I'm researching and I'm compiling all the possible knowledge that I would want to put in the video of France. By the way, it's the history of France. So the all like 95% of the video is going to be concentrated of the inside France borders. So everything that happened in there, and probably not 95, but probably 90 or something like that. Whatever. Just like if there's something big that happened around that affected how the French think and all that, I'm going to put it in. But like if something happened in China, you understand what I mean. I'm not going to put that in. Yeah. If something that had no impact on France, obviously I'm not going to put that in. So yeah. And like it's I can already see that like all the work that I'm putting in to this right now in France is definitely going to help me in the future, because the Celts used to be a culture that originated from like Austria, southern Germany, and that expanded to like the majority of Western Europe and a little bit of Central Europe, like the middle of Central Europe. And so it dominated as a culture nearly all of Western Europe, and until the Romans came, they were the primary culture there. and they kept being the primal culture, and I don't know what happened afterwards. Seeing that the next kingdom is the kingdom of the Franks, I'm sure that the Franks like migrated or took over or whatever. Yeah. Something that I'm hesitating to talk about because it's very like very negative and like could affect people negatively is why I don't want to say it. Is I know you're like definitely like please tell it to me or a lesser version of that, but like it's like very depressing to think about that it's a rich oh fuck it. But I really don't want to say it because it's really negative and like there's no good to be taken from it. It's a savage ritual that used to be that used to happen in Indo-European tribes, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's very fucking sad. Fuck it, because now I'm thinking that what you'll imagine is worse than what it actually is, but probably well, I don't know. There was a tradition. So Indo-European is going to be like the Pakistan, Afghanistan area tribes. Is what the little things that I've seen about it is that it says that what I've read about it, meaning like I was in passing because it was I thought that it was Celtic tribes doing it, but it was Indo-European. Only realized later. So Indo is India. Indo-Europeans were doing it. So Corius, I think it's called, is a practice, a rite of passage into adulthood in these tribes would be that 12 to 19-year-olds would be put into groups of 12 or a dozen and expelled from the tribe, and they had to live for years in the wilderness. And the leader of the group would be determined by a game of die, and they would kill, they would rape, they would ransack villages, groups of 12 to 19-year-olds. And so the leader was determined by a game of die, and all the others would kill and would die for the leader, and like the game of die would be legitimized through like the gods chose him. So and like they used to do that shit for a rite of passage into adulthood. So you weren't allowed to be in the tribe, so you would be dead if you didn't do this. And obviously, you're 12 to 19-year-old, and all the fucking seniors who are fucking psychopaths are gonna be like, "Do it or you're dead." It's I'm sure it would have been threatened to by death. So either do it, I'm gonna kill you, or like threatened by like I don't know how you say it, by proxy death, like meaning that it's not direct death, it's indirect. Because if you're expelled from the tribe with all like there's no security back then. It's between I didn't say the date, sorry. It's between minus 2000 and minus 3000 and minus 2000. So 3000 to 2000 BC. This was a ritual. Like to think that that happened made me extremely depressed and like thinking about like if there is a god, like he's such a cunt for doing that. I mean seriously. So yeah, made me really fucking sad when I read it. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. As a rite of passage, you had to do that shit, and to survive, you had no other choice. To well, like the accepted thing to do at the time would be to pillage like other tribes and shit. I listened to Junior Gong, so Damien Marley, and like his song about medication. It really fucking not vindicates, but I'm pretty sure you'll understand what I mean just by that word. Like it really like comforts me of the concept of smoking weed all the time, because like unless I'm coming down, I'm fine all the time. It's like everything's fine. There's like everything is put into perspective. I like coincidentally often get the reminder that my life isn't that bad. Like earlier, I was like making an onion and egg omelette, and I poured the eggs in the thing, and I was having a bad moment. I was like feeling like, oh, I'm not really a piece of shit, but I was thinking like my life's shit. I have such a bad like set of things. I know, and so the eggs, for some reason, the air was passing. That seriously, it was making a bird like beep 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 noise. Seriously, and that made me think, like, dude, like that could have been a bird, and right now it's in your omelet. It's like it's definitely a high thought. Yeah, bro, he used to be a bird. But seriously, like, right now, all the bad shit that is happening right now is like I'm fucking fine. What the fuck do I have to complain about? I'm like I'm near like there's a near 0% chance of anything bad happening to me right now. Like dangerous, meaning I get killed, I get raped, shit like that. There's near 0%, and through history there was probably for a majority of the time a near like 90% possibility of that happening to you in your lifespan. And like right now, everything's fine. The only shit that I have to really worry about is how I'm raising the cat. That's it. That is fucking it. Seriously. And like in the moment when I get paranoid, not really with weed, even with weed, I get like bad moments of like reflecting on my behavior and like just justifiably or unjustifiably going like that was a piece of shit move. But like not necessarily being a piece of shit move, but like I could have been better. And it really hurts to accept that. Like it really fucking hurts to accept it because like I want to be perfect and like my only goal is to help myself and help others. And like to think that I've hurt others thinking that I was doing the best thing is like it really hurts and it hurts my pride too. I don't know if that's the majority, but it's definitely part of it. Like it hurts my pride of like I wish that I could be pristine and like perfect in any other. So yeah, since the last time we talked, they really bonded together. I mean, yeah, for sure, they really bonded together, and like now they're on playing terms, and that's amazing to see. That's really, really, really amazing to see because I had many moments of like they're not getting along, like they're negative for each other, they're bad for each other, shit like that. But like it's only because like the little one wanted, and I right now I'm speaking shit, so I'm gonna stop. Oh, my throat. So in Europe, it's a custom. It's like everybody does it. Like majority of like say 70 to 80% of the people do it. Is smoking with tobacco, right? And for sure it's because tobacco is addictive and you want to do that, but I found personally that it really like drastically affects the high in a negative way. If you smoke it with like tea, which that's what I used to do when I ran out of tobacco to smoke the weed, because you can't do a pure, it's when I ran out of tobacco, I used to use tea, PG Tips tea, the black tea, to smoke. Just put that and either put the hash or put the weed on top of it and smoke that. But it's still bad. Even though it's not as bad as cigarettes, it's still carbon going into your lungs. And so it's like your lungs, right? It's not really doing that, but like it's a good representative to being scared of smoking. Is the image of like your lungs like hardening on the inside, is what I think sometimes, right now. Yeah, and also, um, I don't know shit, but like there's so many. I heard Dan Avidan from the Game Grumps say this. There's so many opinions out there, which I just realized the other day, but like truly, and now I don't realize. Blah blah blah. There's so many opinions out there, and like I'm trying to choose my words carefully. In my opinion, which I'm giving you mine, as long as you try to be the best you can be, which is what I'm trying to do often, nearly all the time. I think everything's fine. You do whatever the fuck you want to do, and that's a bit generic, but reflecting. on past mistakes fucking sucks. It really, really fucking sucks. But like, there's doing it in a productive way, which is the most that it can hurt, is like looking at a mistake that you did and like realizing how much you hurt people and how much that hurts in the moment really like marks like how much I need to change that behavior. And yeah, I don't know where I was going, meaning that's why I did. Mm. And an unproductive way of looking at the mistakes you've done in past is just like, which is what I do all the time. I don't do it as much, meaning that a little bit much, but I still do it a lot. Is just like seeing the thing and like going under my quilt and just thinking for 15 minutes, I'm a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, you deserve nothing, and all that. And that passes, and I just go out and keep playing games. And I've learned nothing. I only like, really, truthfully, I only like realize that what I did is bad. I don't think about how I could make it better. I don't like understand like the actual dimensions of how much that hurt people because I really don't want to fucking think about it. Yeah. Mm. The last time I did this, I didn't really. Well, I did in the moment want to go. Fuck it. And now I'm thinking because I want to give more attention to my cat. So bye. Love you. You are loved by someone in life. Life is worth it. Life is worth it. Bye.